Hey world,
Hello.
it's La-Donna and Mark here from Radique Audio, coming to you with some odds and ends about April 2025 news here at Radique and some product focuses that we're going to be discussing together. So without further ado, I will...
That's not what we discussed. Okay.
Without further ado, I will pass it over to my wonderful partner, La-Donna.
We rehearsed this and this is going off script already. Oh, yes. We wanted to quickly remind you about the draw that we are having. We now have a date for it. It is going to be...
Our grand prize draw.
Our grand prize draw. It's going to be May 31st. So please comment Lavina to this video, any of our past videos and any of our subsequent videos before that date to be entered into the draw.
It's free and you can win some nice Radique Audio prizes.
Yes, which were not free. Those would not be free. Okay.
And if you want to see what the draw looks like, you can watch our previous episode, World's Smallest Grand Prize Draw, where Angie won our first draw and got our prize package and was kind enough to send us some pictures, which was great.
Yes, we're looking forward to doing that again. Mark, what is this video about? You mentioned odds and ends. What does that mean?
Yes, so it's been a little while since our last video, and we wanted to bring you folks up to speed on some of the recent happenings here at Radique. Starting off, March was a bit of a challenging month for us because our sales to the United States really dropped off. And I think it was scares over tariffs and uncertainty from our potential customers in the US about what fees they would have to pay if they purchased from us, which we totally understand.
For sure. It's a stressful time.
Yeah, and we certainly have really valued all of our...
Stressful for us in Canada and for
everybody, for sure.
Stressful time. The whole world, not to get too political, but oh, my cat. Hello, Bubba.
So March was a little bit rough because our sales to the US really dropped off dramatically, and we obviously really value all of our American customers. It's really kind of a big deal when someone in another country trusts our small business enough to you know, send us their hard-earned money for their audio products.
We shipped all over everywhere.
We ship all over the world, but we noticed specifically the US sales really dropped off in March. But the good news for us is they really picked back up again in April. I guess there was a little bit of things settled down a bit on the tariff front, so there was a bit of certainty. My understanding is that right now on products that we're selling to the US, like our used and vintage receivers and amplifiers and so forth, there are no tariffs right now being applied to those. So we're really happy. And as a result, April has been our best ever April.
Which is so cool.
Yeah, and it's only right now it's the 23rd of the month that we're filming this.
Oh, I hate to put dates on it.
I know.
Although this one's going to be out faster because we're going to keep it short.
Yes, we're endeavoring to turn this around really quickly. So there's a full week left and it's already a record April for us. And we've got a shot at our best ever month ever for any month, which is crazy because April is usually a so-so month compared to, for example, November, December, January are usually our peak months of the year. So it's pretty cool that it's even in the conversation.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to give a special thanks to all of our Etsy customers in the US and of course in Canada and in Europe. We've really appreciated your business and your great reviews.
Yeah, and trusting us to ship, because on Etsy we have a limited scope of the things that we have posted.
Yes.
Mostly our vintage Marantz and Pioneer cabinets, or sorry, receivers that have the handmade cabinets on them. What did Sean want us to say? Was it black cherry wood or? Oh,
Pennsylvania black cherry wood.
Yes.
Yes. A number of them use that material.
Yeah, so they're not insignificant, they're not inexpensive, and they're quite heavy, and it's just a whole thing. And so it means a lot when we get any sale, especially like just like shipping. People send us money and we ship things. But I think especially that distance with the value of the thing that it is, it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. So we really appreciate that, and wanted also to give a special shout out to Sarah, our teammate, who is camera shy, but we've mentioned her a few times. She's been doing such a great job posting products on our website, and our website is really growing and becoming a bigger and bigger part of our business.
We didn't have a website for the longest time.
Yes, or we had, and then once we did initially have one, it was a
kludge.
Yes, but it's finally working nicely. We're getting fresh sales through the website, which is great.
Yeah.
And we just got Google to send us a notice that we had 300 unique customers visit our website directly from Google search, which was a record for us for a 28-day period. So this time last year, I think we were getting 30 a month. So that's a tenfold increase, which is nice. I know it's still a very small number. We're a small business.
It's all relative though.
Yeah, but it's great to see the progress. So we're really excited about that. And while we're on good news, we're excited. We're approaching 250 subscribers for the channel.
Yay,
so it seems like only yesterday that we got our first 100, and we've passed that and on our way to 500, which will be a nice threshold. We'll be able to do some cool stuff when we hit 500, which is great.
What are we going to be able to do?
That's the first level of monetization. So we'll be able to have links from our YouTube channel directly to some online sales options and things like that. So it'll be fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Neato.
So thanks everybody for your support on those different fronts. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know what it is, but speaking of like just updates and
recent happenings,
goings on, we've been getting a lot of 6-disc cartridge-style CD changers, which seems very random, and it is. But I used to kind of like dismiss them as like this clunky thing, but I've been thinking about it and like testing more of them and playing with more of them. And I think that they're great. There are fewer things that can go wrong with them, like the drawer not opening or closing, because it's like a solid state cartridge thing. And it still does all the things, like you can still do shuffle, you can still go directly to the same track. I just think it's more of like a bulletproof system. There are some things that it can't do. Like we had a customer today who was debating getting the traditional carousel style or the cartridge style. He went with the latter, but he was wanting to be able to, while the disc was playing, add another disc into it, like play exchange, I think is what it's called from Yamaha, and JVC has a different thing that they call it, which you can't do with the cartridge style. But I think that's a small price to pay for fewer moving parts. And Mark thinks it's ridiculous that I'm hammering home this cartridge thing.
I think it's fine.
I think it's cool.
I agree, and it's also kind of cool that you can have you can preload multiple cartridges with different sort of mixes of CDs.
Yeah.
So if you're hosting a party or something, you can have a whole cartridge ready to just pop in. That could be.
There are different cartridges, which I find strange. Like, can we all work together and just have universal cartridges? And even within the same brand, some of them you have to load the disc upside down. Some of them are different sizes, like they don't fit universally.
Sure, that is true.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm late to the party, but I think that the cartridge style CD changer is really cool, and I hope we get more of them.
Totally valid. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Something else that's happened recently that I'm quite excited about. For several years, we had a good friend, sort of a personal friend, Ozan, who was doing our turntable service for us. And he was amazing because he had excellent attention to detail.
Super meticulous and detail.
Yes, and just so careful with every step of the process. And he and his wife, Sonia, have a couple of young children, and they reached a stage where they were just too busy with looking after the kids and working full-time jobs, living their lives. So he had to step away from the business for a while. And so for the last few years, I guess, we've been getting the help of our 3 other technicians doing turntables, but for each of them, it's not their favorite thing to work on. So I feel like we've always been behind on the turntable service we've wanted to do, and as a result, we've accumulated.
Yeah, unless it's like within a limited scope of repair, we've just been accumulating.
We've been accumulating turntables. We probably were up to 70 or 80 of them.
No, that's crazy to say.
How many do you think?
Half that, 40.
Oh, you might see one of our trademark Radique audio bets between my partner and I, because I'm pretty sure it's way over 40.
0%. Over the course of how long?
Well, how many did we have in stock before we did the first batch with Mark?
I still stand by 40, absolutely max.
I'll say Aluni says it's 60 or more.
No, because you didn't pay me for that turntable bet.
Well, I'm going to.
I shouldn't have to ask. You should just be giving me my money.
Well, if I've forgotten what the bet was, you can't expect me to pay for it.
Just give me $5 and we'll keep it moving.
We usually bet Aluni on things, so you're all our witness to this new bet.
They also witnessed the turntable.
Are you betting that it's 60 or fewer?
How
and I'm
can
saying
we
60 or more?
that?
We can count how many we still have.
We've sold some since.
Okay, we can do the math. See how many we sold. Yeah.
I'll be in if you do the legwork.
Okay, it sounds like this bet's not happening at this point,
happen.
but
just trust me. It's not.
I think it was about 60 plus.
The way that Mark is
saying. Didn't say it was 1,000.
You might as well have when you said 60.
Anyway, the point 40. Of what sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay. The point that I'm trying to reach is we were very happy to line up a new turntable technician for the business.
Very much so.
Mark has been great. Same name, but different Mark.
Person.
I'm not saying I'm great in speaking about myself in the third person. George is getting angry.
What a weird that going again?
Yes, sorry.
Hey, but no, you have done sometimes if all we need to do is replace
Oh,
the
for sure.
stylus and we've gotten the
Yeah,
exact
I
one.
can do minor
Yeah.
stuff.
It's a little stressful because you got to have steady hands and a magnifying glass.
and I feel like I'm a lot slower than someone who's doing turntables all the time.
Fair,
but
slow,
if we're stuck,
slow is good, I
of
think,
course
for
I
this
do.
kind of thing. You
Yes.
don't want to ram it on. And...
But in any case, we're thrilled to have Mark on board working with us. He's already done. I think he did a first batch of 8.
We purchased some from
Yes, we bought some tables he'd already
that
serviced.
he serviced,
Yes, and he's already serviced 8 more of our turntables, and we're about to give him another batch of 10 to work on.
Yeah,
so
I'm looking at a few of them that we're going to be working
yes,
on.
we've got some in front of us here. They're off camera, but anyway, so it's really exciting. Unfortunately, we do not ship turntables. So for all of you who are watching this from outside of our region, unfortunately, we're not able to ship them
Can't
safely.
deal with it. Even from picking it up here, putting it in their car and going home, I worry.
Yes,
so
there are lots of little things that can go wrong if
Mm-hmm.
a turntable is banged around. But the vintage tables in general, the build quality originally in the 70s or 80s was so good that they last and last, and it's great. We can service them. The vast majority of them, we can service them, bring them back to looking great and working perfectly. So that's very cool.
It's amazing. Like we had, I don't want to call them kids because that's rude, but we had some young adults.
Youthful customers.
Yeah, they were driving, so they were of driving age, or at least one of them was driving. They came in together to purchase a turntable, and he didn't realize that he needed an amplifier to drive it. And then he's like, oh, while I'm here, can I get that? And can I get speakers? And we ended up putting a really nice little system together, like for his bedroom.
Do you want to do a shout out to them?
I don't remember his name.
We'll put the name right here.
Yeah, but they were both really cool. Oh, and his friend got the same turntable from his dad. I think it was a Techniques. So now they have matching turntables, albeit our customer from that day, we modified it so it was a fully manual table.
Yes.
And his friend had, I'm assuming,
It was a semi-auto.
Semi-automatic, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool experience.
Neat, for sure.
And I love when people are able to be up and running as soon as they leave and they have all the things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I hope that you guys are watching this video and are happy with your system.
For sure.
Yes.
And the last thing we wanted to talk about for today, we wanted to have a little product focus on product that did very well in our most recent speaker showdown.
Yes.
And that was the Focal Sibs.
Indeed. We've had several pairs of them, and they're some of our best sounding speakers in their size.
Which is why they did so well in the showdown. I think
they didn't win the showdown for the customer, but they won the showdown as per Mark's notes.
Yes, even for those customers, I think they did think that the speakers were probably the best sounding of the ones we listened to.
That's fair.
But they were just a little bit above the budget range that they wanted to spend.
But in any case, we recently got in 3 more pairs,
Yes.
I think, of the all black. Is it 2 or 3?
So we're up to 5 pairs in stock right now. They are great speakers. One of the things we really like about them is they are extremely flexible when it comes to the stands. You can change the angle. You can use them as a near field speaker, on a desktop system, or you can have them. They have surprising amount of bass for their compact size.
And they're heavy. They're heavy for their size. Oh, and we got in a pair of stands that can accommodate them, even though they're stand mount speakers. They also have actual stands that integrate super nicely with
crazy heavy Focal made and designed stands made in France. That must be very expensive for them to make them in France.
Is like, I think it's got to be like iron or metal.
Yes, it's cast iron base on those. Yes,
super heavy.
They're called
beautiful.
HIP. HIP is the model name for those stands, and they're made specifically for the Focal Sib speakers, and they work great.
Yeah,
so
we'll insert a picture. We put one of them on the stand so that people could see how easy it is
how
to
they mount
them.
for sure.
Yeah.
So
awesome. If
you're in the market for some really great sounding satellite speakers, or for some compact speakers for a desktop system or a small home office system, check out the Focal Sibs. You will not be disappointed. They sound great and they look good too. We're going to keep this episode short. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and we look forward to speaking with you next time.
Absolutely.
Bye, world.
Bye.